Another issue that I'd like to deal with is how as a society are we going to deal with violence like this? And what are we going to, and I'm really tired of companies and businesses and people being able to say I'm sorry and not make amends. There needs to be amends, reparations. Think about what's happening in Ukraine. Russia is destroying Ukraine. And what is going to happen when Ukraine wins and gets their sovereignty back? Does Russia go back to its same borders to do whatever it wants to do? Yes, because we as a society do not understand and do not take into consideration making amends to victims. In workplaces, when somebody is harassed, abused, all those bad things that we say are not supposed to happen in the workplace, what does the company do to then make the victim whole again? Do they might fire the supervisor, they might fire the employee. If you're lucky, I've been assaulted at a workplace and my male boss informed me that the man that assaulted me was just so uncomfortable with having a woman who was in charge of IT that he just couldn't handle it, and it's just the way the world works. So I was allowed to be assaulted at AMEC, AMEC. It was an environmental company. I think they were bought out and they don't exist anymore. But I was allowed to be assaulted because my boss said that the male IT person that came to fix some things in the office, I was in charge of IT for the office and he was in from corporate to fix some things at a higher level, that it's just the way that it is, it's the culture, and that I have to just simply accept it. So I have personal issues. I also was a prosecutor, and so I have views from having to deal with victims who were victimized by the system. I can believe, unfortunately, and I am so bothered by the contradictions. You wonder why people stay in abusive relationships. It's because of this. You wonder how people are able to be in abusive relationships. It's because of this. I want to know, what are they going to fix it and make amends? Just like companies, when there's an issue and they maybe do find that there was an ethical violation and they fire the boss, how do they put the employee back on the same track they were on before they were abused? If they do not do that, it means that they are in alignment with the assault. They are in alignment with the battery. They are in alignment with all of those things that they say they aren't if they do not make amends. So I want to know what amends are. For example, with Ukraine, what are amends? Is, I think, on the table, no doubt, all of the oil that Russia owns should be paid to Ukraine in order to start reparations, because right now we already know there are war crimes. There needs to be amends. There needs to be reparations. I know in America, white people have huge problems with reparations because they're like, well, it wasn't me that enslaved. No, it doesn't matter. We live through the people that build the bridges for us, and those that destroyed the bridges, we're in charge of rebuilding them. We do not get a pass because we happen to be 1, 2, 4, 5 generations from the abusers. We have to fix the problems and make amends in order to move forward.